Hi, boys and girls. Today I thought we can go outside because it's not raining right now. So I thought we can go outside and do a math and science lesson. And I have a special visitor that's going to kind of guide us through it. So we're going to meet him right now.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Petey.
Hi, Petey. Would you do a math and science lesson with my boys and girls today?
Sure.
Okay, so the first thing I want them to do is I want them to ask an adult if they can go outside.
Yes, and I am an adult, so it's okay.
Okay, so the next thing to do, here's the goal. We are going to go outside and we are going to look for trees. What are we looking for?
Trees.
Yes, and every tree we see, we're going to count. What are we going to do when we see a tree?
We are gonna count.
So then we're going to count the number of trees around our house.
So let's go.
Okay, so wait, Petey.
Wait, what?
You gotta follow directions.
I
You
don't
have to
know where
make
to
sure
go.
it's okay with an adult, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, so now we're gonna walk around
Okay.
our house and
Yeah.
we're going to count the trees that we see.
Okay.
So
Okay,
Petey and
guys.
I are in the backyard right now. So Petey, we're gonna go and look and see how many trees we see in our backyard.
Okay.
So hey, I see a tree.
Yeah, there's one tree right there.
This is called a mulberry tree. And I bought this because mulberry leaves feed silkworms. And boys and girls, I'm hoping that we'll get to have our silkworms this year, so you guys will get to see that. But the mulberry tree also grows fruit. Look, it grows mulberry fruit. So in a little while, these will be nice and juicy berries, and they're really yummy. So I'm really hoping when they get ripe, I'll be able to come back and share some with you guys so you guys can taste those. But in the meantime, see these leaves? They're perfect for silkworms to eat. But that's a tree.
Whoa.
How many trees have we seen so far? Hey, Petey, it's not for you.
Wait, what?
How many trees have we seen so far?
Oh, we've seen one.
So this is one tree. So I'm gonna walk around and look, and hey, this looks like a tree.
I think it's a tree.
Does it have roots? And does it have trunks?
I think so.
Trunk and branches and leaves too. These are starting. This is a persimmon tree.
Wait.
It's kind of, Petey, pay attention.
Wait.
Petey.
Ah.
So anyway, so this is a tree. Currently, it is kind of dormant, which means it's not really growing yet, but it's starting to. See how it's starting to bloom? And then it's gonna give me lots of persimmons next November when you guys are in kindergarten. So that's a tree. Ooh, who remembers? Who remembers what this is called? The skin of the tree. What's it called?
I think it's called bark.
And that's pretty good, Petey. Hey, Petey, we don't eat the bark. Okay, so this is bark. So how many trees have we seen so far, Petey?
I think we've seen two.
Two. So 1 and 2. Hey, I see another tree. This is a tree that that is also not blooming right. Petey,
Wait, what?
stop it.
Ah.
Okay, so look, it has the roots are under, and it's got a shorter trunk. It's got some branches coming out, and it's going to have some buds in a little bit. This is a plumeria tree. It has really beautiful, fragrant flowers. So this is a tree. No leaves, not very many leaves, but it's a tree. So how many trees have we seen so far, Petey?
We've seen 3 trees.
Yeah, we've seen 3 trees. So now there's no more trees in my backyard, so I think I'm going to go to the front yard.
Okay, boys and girls, we're in our front yard, and so far we have 3 trees. Count with me, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now we're in the front yard. So
Yeah.
Petey, how many trees do we see in the front yard?
Well, it looks like there's one over there.
Oh wait, let's see. Wait. Oh, that's a tree.
Yeah, and
Oh, does this have any leaves?
no.
No,
it
there's
doesn't.
no leaves. But in the spring, sometimes pink flowers will grow on that tree.
Yeah.
So we had 3 trees in the backyard and 1 more. What does 3 and 1 more equal?
I think it equals wait, don't tell me. 4.
So if you have 3 trees, show 3 fingers, Petey.
Okay.
3 fingers
3 fingers.
and 1 more
And one more.
would
one
equal.
More. 4.
Okay, 3. So far we have 4 trees, and
Yeah.
then wow, there's this tree.
Yeah, this tree right here has
So-
a lot of leaves.
Yeah, it's a Japanese maple tree, and it does have a lot of leaves. So we go closer. So we see the trunk. You see some branches under here, and lots of leaves. Oh, the leaves are a a different kind of leaf.
And guys, if you can see, some of the leaves are dead, and like they're so dry that you can just crumble them apart like this.
Okay, thanks, sweetie. But there's some alive, and see the shapes of these leaves are different than the ones from the mulberry tree. So far I have 3 trees in the back and 2 trees in the front. So those are the trees in my house. So when you finish counting your trees, we're going to go back inside and we're going to write in our math journals. Done your trees yet? So I'm going to start on mine, and I remember the first tree that I saw had leaves on them. Had leaves on it because it was my mulberry tree leaves. So I'm going to draw some leaves. I know I also had some mulberry plants, so I'm just going to kind of sketch it out. So that's my one tree. And then I think the second tree was the one that had bark, and it had branches. It had short branches. I'm just going to draw some sticks. You can just draw lines. Remember, we were doing art, and art is just lines and shapes and color. So this one didn't really have that many leaves. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 leaves on there. So that was my persimmon tree. And then I had another one that I think just had really long branches. But it also didn't have too many, it didn't have too many trees. Petey's taking a break, so I have to film and draw at the same time. So I think this one was just kind of rounded like this. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just drawing your trees. And then I think I also had one that was out in the yard that in the front yard that didn't have branches. So I mean, it had branches, it just didn't have leaves yet. So that's another one of mine. I think I saw some different kind of bark on that. And then my last tree was my crazy maple tree. So I think that one has a lot of leaves. So I'm just gonna kind of pretend like these are all the leaves, and then I'm gonna draw some. And these were like, the leaves are a little bit different kind, huh? So I'm just gonna sketch it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it had that. So I think I finished my trees. So let me see, I had 1, 2, 3 in the backyard, and then I had 1, 2 in the front yard. So what I did, let's see, how many trees did I see all together? I think I'm gonna count them all. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 trees total. And you know what? I know how to write the number 5. If you know how to write the number of trees in your house, you can write it too. Or you know what else I can do? I can number the trees. So I know this is number 1. And then this is a number 2. And this is my number 3. And this is my number, I think this is my number 4, but I'll just write this number 4. It doesn't really matter. And then this is my number 5. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. So how many trees did you have in your house? So if you don't have any trees in your house, what are you going to do? What can you do? There's a number that represents no trees. If you have 1 tree, you can just draw that 1 tree and then maybe write the number 1 if you can. But go outside and count the trees around your house. If you have 100, I don't know, you might have to just maybe do the first few that you see. But go outside and see if you can count them, and then draw them, and then number them if you can. If you don't have to number them, you can just count them. And then when you have time, why don't you color them and add some details to them, and then come back and I'll share mine. So I finished coloring my trees. So these are the 5 trees around my house. I happen to do them with detail, but you don't have to do it with detail if you don't want to. If you want to show 5, you can show 5 this way. Look, this is really easy to draw a tree. I just drew the trunk, and I drew some circles for the leaves. So you can do that too. Does this show, how many does this show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still 5. And if you go outside and you don't see 5 trees and you see a couple of trees, you can also, this is also a way you can also show trees. How many do you see here? Is it more than 5 or is it less than 5? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So this has 3. and this has 5. So which group has more? You guys can figure that out. And then also last, not least, but maybe sometimes you don't have too many trees, but how many trees do you see here? 2. And are they the same size? So if you go outside and you notice that one tree's taller and one tree's shorter, you can also draw it that way as well. So I hope you had fun today with our tree and science and our math lesson. Petey would like to join you again, so stay tuned. Maybe he'll read you a book tomorrow. All right, bye boys and girls. Have a great day.